Dear faculty members, today we learn how to conduct online examination on Google Classroom using Google Form. There are various activities that one has to do systematically to conduct a smooth online examination. So these activities are divided into three parts. Part 1 consists of activities to be performed before you can schedule your exam. Part B consists of activities that you have to perform during the exam, and part C consists of the activities that you have to complete after the exam is over. Let us proceed to the part 1. In part 1, we'll learn how to schedule our online classes. First of all, we have to log in our account through our IUL email ID. We can click on Google Chrome, then go to Gmail and log into our email account. We'll get this window. Then we can see a 9-dot box over here. We'll click on this box and we'll get different Google apps. From this Google app window, we have to select form. In Google Form, we can see different types of templates are given. For example, blank quiz, exit ticket, and assessment. We have to click on blank quiz. After clicking on blank quiz, we'll get a window like this. So the next step is we have to rename the blank quiz with the subject code that we are teaching. For example, I'm making a quiz for BM221, that is commercial law. Here in this part of the performa, I have to fill not only the code but also the name of the subject as well. After this, we can see the form gives a direction where it states form description. In this, we have to write the maximum marks of the quiz and the duration for which the examination has to be there. So let me write it. The maximum marks is 20, and the time allotted for the examination is 45 minutes. These are just demo timings and demo marks. These will be changed according to the departments. After entering about the subject code and the subject name, we have to ask specific compulsory questions from our students. For example, the name, enrollment number, roll number, and section of the class. So let us ask from the student and let's see how we have to do it. In the untitled question, backspace and write name. The computer will automatically tell that the answer should be a short one, short answer. In this, we can give a paragraph or multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, file upload, and the further options are given. We want the name of the student, and in a short form, this question is mandatory. So we have to click on this link where required is there. This means if we tick on this portion of the questionnaire, then it means that the student has to fill his name, and before filling his name, he cannot submit the question. Then we have to ask enrollment number from the student, right? So we need that also. So we'll click on this. Question is also mandatory for him to fill. Then we have to ask the roll number of the student. This is also short answer and it is required. Then the section, if there are multiple sections of the class which you are teaching. For example, if there is only one section, you need not to ask this section. But if there are many sections, take for example, the students are divided into various sections, section A, B, C, D. So the sections has to be a multiple choice, not a short or a paragraph. So we have to take multiple, and the choice of section can be answered by the students. And this question is also mandatory for the students. For setting question paper, the various instructions are provided by the universities. The instruction provided by our university is we have to avoid long answers as they are difficult to answer, and if while using a phone, and we have to take only MCQs and short answer questions, and percentage of both type of question paper will be provided by the director academics. Then if we are adding any type of question, we have to add marks, we have to add correct answer, and the marks has to be assigned by us for each and every questions, and the answers of MCQs will be judged automatically by the computer, while the answers of short questions have to be done manually. Let us take an example and find out how we can develop questions on a Google form. We have to press here. The sign plus means we can add one more question. Here we can add. Then, for example, let us ask from the students an MCQ in which he has to identify the type of flag that whose image is mentioned. For example, if you want to ask from a student, name the country whose name the country whose flag is shown below. Whose flag is shown below. Now in this question, we want to add an image. So we can add image very easily. Here we can see an icon is there. This icon means image. We have to click this icon. Now, if you have already downloaded any image of the flag on the desktop or any other directory or in the hard disk, so we can upload it, or simply if we don't have the image, we can go to Google image search and we'll find, suppose we find the flag of India, right? And we will search the flag of India. Now we can choose from different types of flag. Let's suppose I want to choose this flag as the image. I'll select the flag and then press the insert tab. Now the image is being inserted. This image is too large, so if you want to make it as in a smaller size, what we'll do, we'll just click on the image. Now we see there are 4 corners have been selected, and we'll go to any one of the corner, press the left key, and we'll move the image accordingly. Now this is the appropriate size that I want to set. Let's see, the image is reset. Now we have to choose the type of question. This is not a short answer, this is a multiple choice question, so we'll select a multiple choice. Now in multiple choice questions we have to give options, so I'll give, is this the flag of Bhutan, India, Sri Lanka, or Nepal, right? The next step is we have to add the answer key. Let's click on the answer key. The correct answer is India, and if the student gives the correct answer, he'll get the points, and point can be increased or decreased from this side. You want to increase the marks of correct answer, we can increase from 1, 2, 3, 4, as much as we want. Here what I'll do, I'll give 2 marks for the correct answer. We can also add the feedback, but it is not needed today, right? And this I'll press done. That means I have created one MCQ question in this form, which consists of 2 marks. Now let us create another question, another short type question, right? So the type of question, first I'll select. The type of question is short, containing short answers, and in this I'll ask some mathematical solution. For example, solve the equation given below. For example, solve the equation given below, and I want to add some equation. How can we add some equation or complex equation in a question? It's very easy. What we have to do is we have to click on the Microsoft Word. Right, and we may click a blank document, go, then click on insert, then click on equation. Then I want to insert a new equation. I'll provide you a separate tutorial on how to create different types of equation on Microsoft Word in coming days. I'll take a simple equation. For example, I want the equation in the following format: x and y, right? For in this top, I want subscripts as easily x square plus 2x upon x square minus 2y. Suppose this is the equation, right? And now I want to provide this equation. This is very easy equation, and you can also use a very complex one on Excel. What we can do is I just want to create. Yeah. Now you can press Control Print Screen. This command will copy the screen. Right. Now what you can do is you can go to the form. You can go to the Paint shop and press Control V. Now you can see the the formula that you have written comes out here. Now you can select it, the formula image, press Ctrl X. You don't have to save. Press Ctrl V. Now the formula is copied as an image. Now you can save the image in JPEG format. Now desktop, I'll name it as my formula 1, right? Close this window. I don't want to save it. Again, we may insert our formula by uploading the image. Let's see where our image is. Yeah, this in the desktop, the formula 1 image is given. We have to press enter. Now you can see that the formula is given. Now the short answer can be given accordingly. Now one more thing, in while preparing questions, please do not mark it as compulsory question. For example, you must not click on this button required. Why? Because a student may not able to answer a particular question, he may skip. So we can give him liberty that he may be allowed to skip any questions, or he may answer any questions which he knows, right? Now in this, we have, what we can do is, we cannot answer, we will manually evaluate this question, or if there is a specific answer, we can give the answer keys as well. So this is how we can create questions. Now what we'll do, we'll mark it as this question is of 2 marks. Now here we have learned that how we can create a questionnaire. The next part is we have to learn is how to use the setting part. In the setting part, the two most important settings are of general setting and the quizzes setting. Click on this one. The general setting is, first click on this portion which says that collect email addresses. So each email addresses will be collected, and you'll come to know that who has attempted the questions from which ID. Then you don't have to tick on response receipts. The sign in portion, you have to tick that restricts the user of Integral University and the trusted organization to fill the form only. No one else using Gmail can fill the form, and tick on limit to 1 response. The students have only one chance to submit the questions. They cannot edit. Don't take this respondents can edit after submit or see the summary charts or text responses, because if you tick this, it means the student can edit after the submission. So to avoid error, you don't have to tick this. Then go to quizzes. Make sure that this button is clicked, which means that it is a quiz, and you have assigned the point values to each questions, which allows auto grading, right? If you want to release grades immediately after submission, you have to click this. It's better to click on later after manual review. If you are taking quiz which contains short answers, please click on later after manual review. The respondents can see correct answer, point values, or missed question. No, they cannot see. Save the form. Next thing we have to learn is how to see the response. So now we have created the questions. Now we have to go to responses first, right? Here is the 0 responses has been filled. Go to the create spreadsheet point and click on it. Here the Google has already renamed the spreadsheet as BM221, that is for commercial law responses. So you have to create this by clicking this one, and now your responses can be seen on this Excel sheet, which can be downloaded easily. This finishes our part 1 of the tutorial. Now comes the part B of the tutorial, and we will learn how to conduct the exam. We have to schedule our exam in the next step. We have to inform the student well before that, and also on the date their exam will be conducted. We can copy the link, and we have to open the paper minimum 10 minutes before the scheduled time and give the link to the students so that they can give the exam, and not before that 10 minutes we can share the link. So let us see how we can schedule our exam. Open the Google Chrome. Now we have to open Google Classroom. Type Google Classroom. By clicking on this option, we'll go directly to the Google Classroom, as we have already logged in to our official email ID. Let us create a demo class. If we want to create a class, here we can see a plus sign over the top right hand corner side of the window. We have to press it. It gives us two options: join a class or create a class. Let us create a class. Let us create, name it demo 221 commercial law. Section A, subject is commercial law. Room is BNLT 16. Now we can click the create button, and the Google will create your class. Let's wait while the Google is creating our class. Yes, the Google has now created a demo class of 221 commercial law. Here below the name of the subject, class code is given. If you want to click on the display portion, it gives us a specific form value, which is CXG47HM. We have to share this number to our students so that they can join the class. Now this portion is stream. This classroom is divided into 4 different parts: stream, classwork, people, and grades. In stream, we can inform students about latest data, or any type of news you want to send to the student, any kind of notice you have to send to the students, any kind of an announcement you can make. So go to classroom first, right? To schedule an exam, we can see here create sign is there. Click on the create. Now click on quiz and assignment. Now we see that the page is showing this portion. First of all, we have to write the title. The title is mid semester exam subject BM 221 commercial law. In instructions, we can give instructions about the questions, that the total marks of the question is 20 or 40, or we can give instructions that section 1 is compulsory and section 2 is has choices, or there are different types of instructions you can give. Here I don't want to give any instructions, so I can leave it blank. Now we can see add and create buttons are there. So we'll already have created our quiz. Simply we have to click on add, go to Google Drive, and here we see that we have created a quiz BM221 already, right? So we have to just click on BM221 and click on add button. Now you have added the BM221 quiz in this. Now we can see that blank quiz was also there and BM221 is there. We can delete blank quiz by clicking on the cross. Now the blank this quiz is there, we can see it. Now let us schedule for this. This class is for demo 221 commercial law. It's for all the students who have joined. The points for which this quiz is there, it's of ungraded, or you can give 20 points. The due date is after the last time. Suppose the due date of submission is, suppose I want to take the test on 10th May and the last time of submission is 12:10 p.m. right? So we have to write the date and time, due date and time. We can add topic if you want to add, and if you don't want to add, you can skip it. Now you have you can see the top right hand corner assign button is there. You don't have to click on assign. You just have to click on the drop down menu, click on it, and it gives us 4 options: assign, schedule, save as draft, and discard draft. So we have to schedule our test. We, as the last date is 10th May and the time limit is 12:10, so I have to schedule it on 10th May, and the time will be well before 12:10 p.m. It will be 11:30 a.m. That means I am giving 50 minutes, 40 minutes test. Now we can schedule it. Now actually we have scheduled our class. Now you have to inform your students about the schedule of the exam, or the date and time they have to give the exam. Go to stream. You want to share the detail, share with your class. You can type, dear students, your second mid-semester exam of BM 221 is scheduled on 10th May 2020 at 6:30 a.m. And now if you will post, click on post. If you'll post this message will directly go to the students through their official email IDs who are joined in your class. The next step is you have to share the link 5 minutes before the scheduled time. So how we'll share the details? We'll again go back to the Google form for this. We can go back to our Gmail. Then we can click our button for Google Apps. We'll click on the form. Here the form is saved. BM221, we will click on this one. Then we can click on send button, right? If we'll click, we'll get this window. Now we have to click on the link button. We can shorten our link. Then we have to press Ctrl C. Now the link is copied of the form. Close this button. Then come back to the Google Classroom. Just 5 minutes before, we have to press Ctrl V, paste this link, and now post this onto the stream. This link will directly go to the students, and by clicking this link, they can opt for the questions. This completes our second part. Now comes the third part of the activities, which includes the activities that we have to perform during the exam. This examination is for a fixed duration, so we have to stop the exam after a stipulated time that has been previously decided. Stopping the exam means stop accepting the responses from the students. Once the duration is complete, we have to stop accepting the responses. For this purpose, we will have to present then we can go to the Google form again and go to responses. Here we see that accepting responses is open, right? To stop accepting the responses from the student, you just have to click on this button and see now it shows that not accepting any responses. So after a stipulated time, you can stop the students from submitting their examination. After the student has given the quiz, the next important task for us is to evaluate the exam or to evaluate the quiz. MCQs will be evaluated automatically as we have already given the right answer for each questions, while for short answers, they have to be checked manually. So how we have to check? We have to again go back to our form and we have to go to the responses side, right? Here 3 signifies the 3 responses, the 3 people have given the quiz. Then we have to click on individual to evaluate each question of each student individually. For this, what we have to do is, we have already assigned the marks of each questions for each short answers. We have to give the marks to student, and we have to check individually. For example, for one, if you will click on this sign that is greater than, then the second student details will be there. But before that, for every evaluation, what we have to do is you have to click on save, right? After evaluation of each student's response, we have to click save button to save the marks of the student. This will create the final score sheet, which can be seen in the Google form or in the Google Drive. For accessing the grades of the students, again, after finishing our task of evaluation, we again go back to our inbox and we'll go to Google Apps. We'll go to the Sheets, click on Sheets, and here the sheet which contains the BM221 responses can be seen. Click on this one, and all the marks will be shown in this portion, scorecard. This scorecard will be there. The people who have given the exams, the scores will be on this side. Their names, enrollment numbers, and roll numbers, and with their email IDs will be mentioned in each columns. Thank you all of you for patiently listening. For any query, you can mail me on sudin@iul.ac.in, or you can WhatsApp me on 9580 624 322.